In today's video, we're going to be installing these Pioneer TS-120TWM tweeters that I got for 30 bucks at Walmart into my 6th gen Toyota Celica. Should work with pretty much any car, similar process. But to clarify things, my car does have this aftermarket Kenwood radio, and some of the stuff like these tweeters are a bit loose. The first step is to replacing these tweeters. It's going to be accessing the wires. So we need to access the OEM harness down there so that we could strip and then crimp it on so that we get a good connection that's easy to replace in the future if anything goes wrong. To do that, we're going to be taking off this door panel, which is held in by some screws in areas like that, and then there's a couple more on the side and a screw here. So I'll get back to you after you do that. I want to get a better explanation of this since I know my last one wasn't pretty good. I have it laid out here. So this right here was the OEM wiring harness. I've taken the positive, which was this black with the red, and the negative, which was the black, and I've used these male and female end connectors to connect it to the, I forget what it's called. It was the like high bypass wire, which is basically supposed to protect the tweeters. Since it has this capacitor right here, I've connected that. Then we got there. And then since this already had connectors on it, I just pushed it in, connected it to the tweeter. As you guys could see, the tweeters are fully installed now. They have been working pretty good. The audio for this isn't really original since my first audio section got copyright striked when I tried to upload it, so I'll just explain what I was talking about. Basically, I was going to talk about my pros and cons of the installation process, what I would have done differently next time. Basically, as far as the installation goes, it was pretty easy. It didn't require much. All you need to go do is pick up some male and female connectors from a store. Give you whatever type you wanted. Just make sure they're for the right gauge wire. Mine was 16 to 22 gauge connectors. I got a pack of 6 for about $5 at an Ace near me. They come in 2 packs, so make sure you get 1 pack of male, 1 pack of female. It totals about $5. As far as the tweeters, they sound really great, especially compared to OEM. I mean, although my OEM were broken to begin with, they still sound better than my friends' cars, which have OEM tweeters as of now. If I was to do this differently, I'd be a bit more careful as far as taking clips out. I broke a couple of clips, and those were pretty expensive to find. I had to go to an auto parts store, and just 4 of them were about $10. And finally, one thing I didn't really mention in the video is there's an adhesive patch that connects the tweeters to the bracket. So that's how I recommend attaching the tweeters to the bracket. As we can see, I got the speakers installed and playing. You guys probably won't be able to hear them too good because I don't have a good mic to use this with. I got some jazz playing. That's the other side. They were pretty easy to install overall. Granted, I did spend a little while doing stuff because I broke a couple of my clips and I lost a couple screws. Overall, I would actually highly recommend these things. They were pretty cheap. They sound pretty good, as you can hear, or hopefully hear. The higher piano notes should be coming from those tweeters. And, of course, some of my mid-range. If I was to do this again, I'd definitely be more careful, taking out stuff like screws, as I popped a couple of my connectors off this door panel right there, and I lost a couple screws. I'd also give myself a little more time during the day. I did a lot of this at night, and it was kind of annoying having to wear a headlight, and it was, yeah. One other complaint again was I wish the mounting system was a little bit better. My old tweeters were a little better mounted. They used screws on the back instead of just an adhesive patch, but fair warning, if you do buy these, they do use an adhesive patch to mount. I didn't really get that whole process. They were pretty easy to set up overall though, so I highly recommend Please like and subscribe so that I could hopefully buy more stuff, make some future videos. Overall, the tweeters were pretty simple to install, but if anybody has any questions about the installation process they want to ask me, just throw them in the comments and I should be able to get back to you in pretty good detail pretty fast. So if anybody decides to purchase these or needs help installing any sort of audio stuff, I could try and help you and answer any questions you have. Thank you.